అదే రే నిన్ను. Khamia? What is he yapping? Sure. Sure. पता नहीं भाई मेरे ख्याल सीधे में होता है एवरी what Kunal's got latent. Okay, here we go. Here we go again, bro. क्या भाई अब बहुत जगह है I saw that. Panel change mid.
This to me,
Okay,
but
dude.
not to my child, okay? Piyush loves to take up for lost causes. Science, Punjab.
के मंत्री है उनके बारे में क्या वीडियो डाले तूने?
देखा ना आपने वीडियो?
देखा है, होटल को जाके देख ले, हम लोग ने क्या हाल किया। अभी तू जिधर मिलेगा ना तेरा भी वही हाल होगा। किधर रहता है तू?
तमिलनाडु।
तमिलनाडु तेरी तमिलनाडु में आके मारेगा देखो। वही है हेलो
तमिलनाडु।
किधर आने का?
तमिलनाडु।
तमिलनाडु में कैसा पूछेगा भाई? बात करेगा।
This is such a nice problem statement for like movement with the
कुछ पल गुजारो तमिलनाडु में।
सारे स्पॉन्सर आ जाए।
This is Symphony Home Appliances.
क्या बोला पीयूष तूने?
सिम्फनी
सिम्फनी क्या है?
होम अप्लायंस सिम्फनी म्यूजिक वाला भी होता है ना और ब्रांड भी है।
और दूसरा क्या है? सिम्फनी वो ऐसा म्यूजिक में क्या रिलेशनशिप है सिम्फनी का?
सिंक में बजाते हैं ना जब ऑर्केस्ट्रा में।
अप्लायंस का ब्रांड नेम भी सिम्फनी और म्यूजिक का ये भी सिम्फनी है क्या?
ऐसा वाइवा जैसा फील हो रहा है ना।
Yeah.
बिल्कुल अमिताभ बच्चन जैसे हो गए। आपने पढ़ा है इस बारे में?
ये जो लंच ब्रेक के बाद वाला वाइवा होता है ना, चाय पी के आता है इन्विजिलेटर। अभी फेलूंगा इनको अच्छे से।
मतलब पीयूष के जोक्स में सब पे एक आई बना आना चाहिए जिस पे आप क्लिक करके बाकी इन्फॉर्मेशन डाल सकते हो कि
Just hover your mouse over it and that yellow box comes.
भाई आप लोगों को पता है ना, कमेंट सेक्शन में आएंगे ये पता नहीं किन गवारों के साथ बैठा है।
The tiger, iconic symbol of the wild.
इतना भी क्यों पहना भाई?
Hey Piyush, don't slut shame, okay?
विजुअल डिपिक्शन ऑफ काटा लगा।
नहीं सुनना मैं क्या था काटा लगा
है ना। हिंदी में समझने के लिए एक दबाएं और
इमरजेंसी यादव
इसका नंबर इमरजेंसी
कॉन्टैक्ट
Emergency Yadav, brother of Don't Panic Sharma. And Relax Mishra.
सन ऑफ अर्जेंट सिंह।
किसने बोला एम्बुलेंस इसको कॉल करता है?
के आधार पे लोकेशन अर्जेंटीना है।
क्यों आधार पे क्या? मैं समझा नहीं।
अरे भाई
AK-47
वापस नहीं डालनी
भाई ये तो गांड पे हाथ धो बैठेगा भाई।
किसने बोला भाई इंटेस्टाइन नहीं धोनी है मुझे?
पर अच्छा भी लगता होगा।
आई मीन
इंक्लूसिव थॉट नहीं बोलने होते।
क्या हिंदुस्तान तैयार है पॉलिटिकल जोक्स के लिए?
ये भी सवाल है मेरा।
नहीं मैं आपसे पूछ
मतलब हिंदुस्तान का तो नहीं पता, हम लोग तैयार हैं।
नहीं मतलब कि देखिए क्या है भाई कि है ना। नहीं बिल्कुल मैं बताता हूँ आपको क्या है कि अगर मैं स्टैंड अप पॉलिटिकल कॉमेडी करूँगा तो आपको कैसा लगेगा?
मुझे
हाँ
अच्छा लगेगा, मजा आएगा।
हाँ तो आपके पर्सनल प्लेजर के लिए मैं अपना करियर तो नहीं खराब कर सकता।
आज मेरे को मैसेज आ गया भाई, एज यूजुअल एनी कॉमेडियन गेट्स इन ट्रबल। मेरे को मैसेज आ गया, तन्मय आर यू ओके? मेरा कुछ नहीं।
वो समय वाले में आप कहीं आए नहीं, ये बड़ा मेरे को उसका वो है
क्या
जलन।
हमारी कॉमेडी पार्टी बनेगी ना तो तन्मय भाई अडवाणी जी की तरह आएंगे मतलब ना लास्ट में।
Kunal Kamra video was second funniest thing I saw on internet yesterday. First was Eknath Shinde's goon reaching the venue and searching for Kamra. One of them even said, "ऐसा कैसा यहाँ नहीं है? अभी 1 घंटे पहले तो यही वीडियो देखा हमने।"
हाँ भाई
ये लोग
ऐसे नहीं।
वीडियोस देख के फट जाती होगी इनकी कि भाई ये तो 2 घंटे कैसे लग रहे हैं इसमें, ये 15 मिनट में कैसे बन गया।
वो ताज महल जाके ऋतिक रोशन को ढूंढते हैं।
अमन आपके लिए बटर चिकन नान टर्नओवर सैंटा डिलीवर्स से है। अनुपम आपके लिए चिकन बिरयानी द बिरयानी इंक से है। अमित आपके लिए दाल मखनी नान टर्नओवर सैंटा डिलीवर्स। नमिता आपके लिए चीज बम बर्गर इन लॉ से है। रितेश आपके लिए वेज बिरयानी है। हमारा आस्क है आपसे 1 करोड़ फॉर 1% इक्विटी।
ये तेरी ब्रेड, ये तेरा दूध, माता नहीं खाना, तू खा ले।
प्रीनट डेस्पिरेशन एंड पोस्ट नट क्लैरिटी, ये 2 स्टेट में भाई पीरियड्स में कोई रोया यहाँ पे? ऐसे पीरियड्स वाले जैसे मैं और खुशागर तो हमारा था पहले कि पीरियड्स आ गए रो तो किसी लड़की आधा मुझे दे दो।
I wish I was a seahorse.
देखो साइंटिफिक हो जा रहा है कौन?
आशिक हूँ मैं,
साइंटिफिक भी हूँ।
तानाशाह ओ तानाशाह।
पीयूष कुछ
अंकल
बोलना
अनु
चाह रहा है।
क्लब।
ये
मेरा गला
orgasm
भर
करते
गया
भी यूरेका बोलता
आपके
होगा।
मेरा गला भर गया आपके आंसर सुन के।
अरे यूरेका वाला भी सही था।
यूरेका वाला जोक क्या था?
अरे पीयूष पे बोल रहा था कि पीयूष ऑर्गेजम करते हुए यूरेका बोलता है।
वो आर्किमिडीज लंबा दौड़ा था ना।
है ना? हाँ वही।
पीयूष जब मार के जमीन पे गिरता तब वो बोलता है ग्रेविटी।
पीयूष गिरने से पहले उसकी स्पीड कैलकुलेट कर लेता है।
जी 9.8।
Piyush calls it the 9.8 spot.
जल्दी ढूंढना है तो उसको 10 अज्यूम कर लेता हूँ।
बात है भाई।
When 9 missed कबूतर from Papa. Only 9,600 BC kids will remember.
डायनासोर पे सिंगल पहिया लगा के
पापा वो टी-रेक्स की टंकी खाली हो गई थी उसको भराने लग गया था।
He is looking for Jurassic Parking.
Nice. Wow. Thank you.
One of 4 safe jokes left in India.
And what's the past tense for seek?
Sorry?
What's the past tense for seek?
Sorry?
What's the past tense for seek?
Sorry, I can't understand.
What's the past tense for seek?
Sorry, I don't know.
For seek.
Hide and seek?
You know when you seek something.
Oh, sorry, seek, sorry, yeah. Just to stay in the division. So, we just got to aim to try and stay in the division, pick points up.
Pakistani player talking to media.
Past tense for seek is suck, no?
Yes.
Past tense of seek is hide.
Past tense of seek is hide.
Seek is
Wow.
hide.
वाह
भाई
वाह इस पे तोड़ना बनता है तेरा घर ये वाले जोक पे।
When you really want to find the jute, like
ये हैबिटेट का लोगो ले जाने के लिए
ये इतना सीरियस सोच के ये सब सोचता है भाई। मेरी चाची के बाल होते तो वो चाचा होता है।
like I'm pretty sure सिद्धू भी ओपन माइक जाता है सुमड़ी में। ट्राई करता है।
नया मटेरियल बीवी की तरह होती है।
Hey, Yvonne, give us a wave. Yvonne. Yeah, she's talking footy.
सिद्धू भी कमेंट्री की साइन लैंग्वेज कर रही है।
आत्मा फटेगा तो दर्जी कहाँ तक चलेगा?
I love that.
कोई टी2 में नहीं घूमेगा।
शर्मन जोशी। I can't explain, but it's accurate.
शर्मन शेपर्ड।
Sherman Shepherd. Oh my God. इस जोक के लिए तेरा घर में बनाऊंगा।
पहले तो टूटेगा।
टूटे मका।
लुटेरा पीजी for boys and girls. Don't book. लुथरा आंटी चोर है साली भैंस सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट नहीं मिलेगा।
That bedsheet is the universal color of charge by hour.
Yes.
आंटी डिपॉजिट नहीं बट कम से कम फुटेज तो दे दो।
Wow.
TDS।
बच्चों को कुछ नहीं मिला यार।
बच्चों को सीख मिली है।
GST।
हार्दिक को भी रोहित शर्मा यही बोल रहा था।
पूरा एलिगेटर समाज का नाम डुबा दिया।
You need that ice cream. There's someone hiding behind. He's a big unit. Big unit. Where's the ice cream boy?
He's hiding it.
He's hiding
it actually because somebody from his family must have told him.
Oh, there he goes. There, out comes that cone. The ice cream's disappeared. It's only the cone left. That's going through pretty quickly too. He's
ये
a
power
big
play की
bloke.
बोल रहे हैं भाई, same lyrics.
This makes me want to go on safari with Ravi Shastri.
Yeah. There was no reason for cameraman to put Rohit Sharma there for 1 second.
No
okay? There
reason
was
at
no
all.
reason.
No
That
reason.
cameraman
No reason.
really did Rohit dirty.
एक्चुअली वहाँ पे वो एरिया जहाँ से मैप फोल्ड होता है.
रिंकू गरीब था तब तगड़ा प्लेयर था.
अब अमीर हो गया, खराब.
एक मैच हुआ है यार. चुत गए गुरु.
What does Vijay have to do with this?
समझा विजय.
Telepathy तो विजय है ना.
Oh.
This for little for our South Indian audience. Love you हमेशा.
I need an egg. Thank you.
Inside the Blinkit dark store.
Blinkit final boss.
बोलेगा तो बॉइल्ड भी दे देगी.
विराट कोहली इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट.
थोड़े दिनों में एक पोस्ट यहाँ मूतना मना है.
अरे भाई आज का स्पॉन्सर अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी आर ऑल नॉट विराट कोहली एंड आई डोंट हैव स्पॉन्सर टुडे. I wish I had. But if any brand wants to put their logo in here, please contact.
पीछे दाजी का एक्सप्रेशन भी है यार इनका शुरू के.
Guys, you guys missed an obvious joint family joke, but fine.
Oh shit.
मिस नहीं करा है. omit किया.
Beer biceps होता वो कहता cigarettes after sex.
ये घर जाके चैनल चलेंगे स्टार गोल्ड फ्लेक.
When you see Rishabh Pant's sister husband is looking more Rishabh Pant than Rishabh Pant himself.
True.
That's true.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Куда пропал? Пошли.
भाई
ऐसे कौन स्पॉम्स फ्रीज कराता है यार.
मुतने पे स्पर्म निकलता है क्या? क्या मैं समझा नहीं.
भैया देखो पता तो मुझे भी नहीं कि कैसे निकलता है. ये सब सुनी बातें हैं. राजा है ये. तुझे किसने कहा तू अनजान बनकर आया कर. तू इस गांव में मेहमान बनकर आया कर. तुझे ही तो बख्शी है इस ग्राउंड की हुकूमत. ये तेरी सल्तनत है.
Guys, blowjob has 7 letters. Just saying.
Just saying.
मुंह में डाला for a reason.
टीचर को बोला था वॉशरूम जा रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये नहीं बोला कौन से वॉशरूम. अब मैं घर जा रहा हूँ.
क्वेश्चन पेपर देख के भी वॉशरूम में जाना पड़ेगा.
अरे बाप रे डांट क्यों रहा
इसने डांट दिया भाई.
अरे भाई
क्या हो गया भाई?
जब मेरा नौकर बनेगा ना पढ़े ओके.
चर्च गेट पे मिलता है वो. बता लिया था मैंने. हार्ड डिस्क लिया था. दिखा था 128 GB लेकिन कनेक्ट करो तो 2 GB अवेलेबल रहता है उसमें सिर्फ.
कैसा लगा देखो पीयूष जब ऐसा हुआ तेरे साथ?
खड़ा हूँ आज भी वही.
फिर क्या किया तूने फिर?
रोया.
क्या बात है. नुकसान होगा.
भाई हर चाय वाले का एक सिग्नेचर मुंह आ चुका है.
करेक्ट.
नहीं तो कोई खरीदने सिंपल चाय कोई नहीं पी रहा.
तू कांदिवली जा वहां से दूध फेंक. यार लैंड होना चाहिए. इसके अंदर सीधा
पहले जोमेटो लेजेंड करा, 10 दिन बाद चाय पीऊंगा।
Like it's a matter of time before there's a Red Bull event with chai wala.
Yeah.
Like,
This guy, हाँ,
space station से ऐसा फेंकेगा वो।
this guy,
चोपड़ा भी आया हुआ है अपनी चाय लेके।
this guy is NBA चाय वाला।
नाइस वन ये अच्छा था बहुत बढ़िया था he's a chai tender
Chai tender.
The day is finally here रविंद्र जडेजा ये काफी कूल था ना पीयूष क्या लगा देखो जब ये हुआ
ये क्या है
पीयूष को एकदम से रियलाइज हुआ बेंचो में 25 से ऊपर का हूँ यार मैं ये सब
मेरा ये ऐसी जिंदगी 300 रुपए में दन भर लंड तक
बड़े ऐसा रे चिल्ड्रन मुझे नहीं समझ में आया क्या है ये।
अरे वो इतने चौके छक्के मार रहे हैं
अरे उनको बस नाचना ही पड़ता है 3 घंटे।
प्रभु देवा को ही रख लो यार।
उसके बाद अब ये सारी अजय देवगन वाली स्टाइल करने लगेंगे।
दूसरे टीम के चीयरलीडर्स को तो क्या ऑफ डे होगा बढ़िया।
Alright friends, that's for today's episode. If you enjoyed that, hit that like button, follow
Thought it would be funny to all go in the elevator at the same time. The elevator broke and they were eventually rescued by firefighters.
No, you're not.
This driver had no idea that someone was gonna be there.
Go to the party. That's a good boy coming in there. Oh my god! Oliver!
So I guess motorcycles are just really big and expensive popcorn machines. Imagine getting attacked by a gang of pufferfish.
Hello, Science.
He
Good
wanted
morning.
to help fix his hair.
They move.
Because he's...
Ready?
Wow.
Touch me not.
Their dog took full advantage of the situation.
Smart dog.
Nothing was gonna stop her from gambling.
Easy, big. God. God. Well, he decided he's going to go on in there.
A few days ago, some astronauts landed back on Earth, and a group of curious dolphins swam over to check them out.
From the Dragon spacecraft. Now, here on your screen, we can see dolphins, actually, who want to come and play with Dragon. I'm like, who's this weirdo?
This lady ordered a pizza, but there was a giant alligator near her house. The delivery driver was too scared to deliver the pizza, so this police officer did it for her.
Get in the house. I'll take it to the back door. Not a pizza man. You got it? Yeah, they called us about the alligator.
Bro. Oh, what?
This bird ran into a window and was knocked out, and this other bird brought him back to life.
बेहोश हुआ होगा.
I swear this mime will probably get punched in the face someday. He found a secret police station in a New York City subway.
Yo, bro, they all through the glass, bro. What? Yo, yo, I just came to look like this, dude.
She missed her bus, and the driver refused to let her on in the middle of the road, so she did this instead.
That's some crazy You're gonna get arrested.
Scary, no?
This guy was closing his metal gate, but realized that he forgot something.
Bass. Slide कर गया क्या? Mission Impossible style.
She couldn't figure out why her dino nugget was spinning.
What?
Oh, the brownies are done.
Pizza for the boys. Pizza for the boys.
His deodorant can wasn't working, so he had to break it open. They were trying to record for a TV show, and this guy thought it was a real fight.
What's going on, man? Whoa!
His dog chased him down just to shake the water off on him.
Actual
Go, 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 go.
This frog under my trampoline that is literally screaming at me. Like that.
A few days ago, a sewer at a university in Texas caught on fire.
How? Bro, green flames does not look okay. That is dragon flame, bro. That is dragon flame. Have you guys not seen Game of Thrones, bitch?
I know this is an animal they're drying off, but I have no idea what it is. For some reason, this bird loved to race with them. A swarm of bees suddenly took over this person's car.
They're not gonna leave.
I think this guy's truck might be a little off. He really thought that these were just cats.
Every day. What's up? All right.
Something tells me he's done this a few times.
Donne-lui. Saloperie.
His balls.
Her cat picked the worst spot for a nap.
Oh my god. Okay, can I... That was... That was our salad.
That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Sarah, Arjun.
Hey.
मेरा स्कूलमेट.
अच्छा लग रहा है कंसेप्ट. ज्योतिका कौन थी भाई?
What the fuck? Clip it! Clip!
What the fuck? Through wall?
Okay, Blizzard! Wait.
Full screen कर.
What the fuck? Clip it! Clip!
No. Wait. Okay, Blizzard! Wait.
Malding.
So I'm going to take
1 minute में पानी लेके आ. Watch this.
this empty can and find a log about the same diameter. Then I'll cut a small section off so that it fits perfectly inside the can. Flip it upside down, right into the dirt next to my fire. Then I'll poke a few small holes in the top. This will let the steam and gases escape. Then I'll build my fire all around it. We're going to turn the wood puck into charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal, yeah, but you remove the oxygen out of it.
This is something I like to do if I'm already going to have a campfire, since it
That's
takes
pretty
a lot
smart,
of
though.
firewood to make a little charcoal this way. See these flames coming from the holes? That's the wood gas escaping and igniting. So once the flames stop coming out of the can, should be about done. Lift it up when it's cool to the touch. The wood puck has turned into charcoal. I'll put it in this new can. You can make these and keep them in your pack for future use. For if you need to cook and don't feel like making a fire, they also make good emergency heat sources.
Oh,
Mine usually burn for
wow.
about half an hour to 45 minutes. You can keep adding alcohol as needed, and you can snuff them out and keep reusing them. So I'm going to take this empty can and find a log
That's
about
gonna
this.
Okay, now let's turn this into the world's blackest car.
A few years ago, I made the world's blackest room using the darkest
Wait,
paint
nah.
in the world, darker car than the moon, and it actually absorbs 99.9% of visible light. Let's see what this looks like. Driving this around was amazing. Everybody that I drove past just started staring at the car, because you can't quite tell what you're looking at. It's so black, it just looks edited. Only when you get a little closer and feel it,
Yeah,
you
it
can tell
actually
it's actually
looks
a fabric
glitched
and
out.
not paint. This is so cool.
Okay, now let's turn this into the world.
You don't need to know French to understand this video.
Lindsay, t'as le plan ou pas?
Boring. Reels Chat, Reels comments clear. Chat, I can already think about the comments on the Reels. Shit would be diabolical. Wreck my account.
The gold that humans have mined and put it into one cube. It would look like this. Just 22 meters on each side. That's it. That's all the gold we've ever mined. This big cube would be worth $14 trillion. Nearly half of all that gold is sitting on people's fingers or necks or ears.
That's it?
And most of the other half is locked away in vaults, many of them underground, like this one in Lower Manhattan, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. There's $200 billion worth of gold bars here, but the vast majority of it actually belongs to foreign governments who just store it here in Lower Manhattan. The Bank of England holds hundreds of billions of dollars.
Chat, what if some guy in Oregon or some shit has like some fucking basement, pulls up, it's a cave, it has all gold.
Gold in their own underground.
All gold nuggets on the fucking.
But we now know that there are still huge amounts of gold deposits out there. Some of them under the ocean, some of them floating as flecks of gold in the ocean water. I'm finding myself becoming kind of interested in gold, and I might do a whole video on it, so make sure to subscribe.
These ice cubes have solved a serious problem for me.
So my family eats a lot of chicken, and it's a much better deal
My
to
mom
buy
does
whole
this.
chicken and butcher it yourself versus
My mom, my mom does this. Oh man, the things that I've tasted by accident, man.
butchered pieces. But to make whole chicken worth the money, I have to take advantage
Broth
of
cubes,
including
lychee
this
cubes.
carcass. So I like to throw it in the air fryer along with the wings and roast them until they're golden brown. Then I'll pop them in my pressure cooker and turn it into beautiful roasted chicken stock. But when you're buying whole chicken every week, this quickly becomes a lot of chicken stock clogging up the freezer. But I've figured out a solution. I'll take the stock and reduce it down by about 80 to 90% until I have
Yeah,
just
that costs
enough to fill up
electricity,
one
bro.
of these large ice cube
That
trays, which I'll
costs electricity, lil bro.
then freeze
Or
overnight,
gas.
and boom, you have a much fresher homemade chicken bouillon cube. I'll package the cubes in a freezer bag, saving me about 95% of the space in my freezer. Then when I'm making...
I swear to God, guys, I really need some ice cubes. It was mega hot. I really need some, okay? I go into the freezer, and because I leave them
I would not store them. If you know you have it in abundance, why do you need to store it? हाँ? तुमको पता है कि कमी नहीं होने वाली उसकी, इतना स्टोर करके रखना क्यों है? स्टोर जितना तुमको लगेगा, or maybe a week's worth.
long in the freezer. Sometimes they get cloudy a little bit, right? They go a little bit cloudy. And dude, I taste this cube. And my mom had these lychee cubes, and it was the most. Chat, it's like I had licked like a dry ass. Is disgusting.
How long does it take to walk up one of the tallest buildings in the world? Starting with this first step, Casey and I are gonna find out. Honestly, this is like a walk in the park. We just hit the 6th floor.
I feel great. This is easy. Look at this little spring in her step. Now we're talking. Third of the way. Why is walking upstairs so hard? I'm feeling muscles I didn't know I had. All right, only 50 more floors, Jimmy. Okay. Oh. He's doing great. I regret this. How you feeling?
Number 70.
The grind continues.
Floor 80, feeling strong.
And after 6 more floors,
Oh my gosh. Look how much more we have to climb.
oh, that's not bad.
Hold on.
You got it, Jim.
We're almost there, Jim.
How long that taken?
This is the easiest thing I've ever done.
There's one more floor. Oh, why is it so steep?
Come on, Jimmy!
46 minutes?
We walked this high up.
Oh! I'm gonna take a nap.
How long does it take to walk up one of the tallest buildings in the world? Starting.
If you see someone do this at your card table, well, run. Also, people have said that after a shuffle, say for example a riffle shuffle or a overhand shuffle like this, always remember to cut the cards. That way you can prevent any form of cheating, right? Well, that's not true. Some people even say that you just follow the casino style where they cut the cards on the table and shuffle them on the table. That way you can prevent any form of cheating, because that's what the casinos do, even get somebody else to cut the cards. Well, yeah. The truth is this: regardless of whether you are shuffling the cards or I'm shuffling the cards, we can always track where the card is, or whatever card we want. Say for example, in this case, the next ace, the ace of diamonds. I now know it's 18 from the top, but if we continue to shuffle the cards some more, now it has repositioned to the 28th position, which means now I can just cut to the 28th position and find the next ace, which is the ace of diamonds. Now, last but not least, people say that, the best way to prevent any form of cheating is to get other people to shuffle and cut the cards. That way, you can't cheat. Well, it's a bit too late for that. So the best advice, like I said over and over again, is to never gamble with strangers. What? If you see someone do this,
Interesting. I know it was 18 or whatever. Does he count them down? Does he feel them?
I can take the 7 pieces of a tangram and arrange them into a shape called the monk.
He lied, right? It's all lie. Okay, it's a trick then. I get it then. Then the guy has a line somewhere or something that he can see on his side, right? That's like every 10. He probably sees it. Oh yeah, that was like +3 or whatever. So then he says, oh yeah, 15 + 3, 18 type shit. That's what he did. That's what he did though. That's what he did though.
But I can take the same 7 pieces and arrange them into a monk with no feet. Wait, what? Where'd the foot go? How can these be made of the same pieces? Is it magic? No, it's a tangram paradox, which is a kind of dissection fallacy. In my bonic
Dissection fallacy, yeah, I see that before.
Example where we fail to notice how the parts have changed.
All the small parts add up to a certain amount of
But in this kind, we fail to notice exactly
volume.
how the whole has changed, so we're surprised to find that the parts haven't. Illusions like these are caused by the fact that a concentrated area of missing material is much more noticeable than an equal but diffused increase every place that compensates.
Real.
The rainwater touches the silica, and the silica turns to glue. Immediately, it makes everything stick together. Now, after the rain has come and gone, the sun comes out, and you feel it's kind of warm. It's going to heat things up, it's going to bake it hard. As that hardens up, this is when the wind introduces dry, loose sand from other areas. It overlaps the hard surface, and the whole process eventually repeats itself. You're going to get more rain, more sun, more wind. Thousands and thousands of times developing the rocks layer by layer. In this little demonstration, we're only going to repeat this process 3 times. And that's just because we have a limited supply of water. So after this 3rd layer, let's say we get heavier, stronger winds. Heavier winds amongst the region is not going to blow sand on top. Instead, it's going to start to blow sand away. As sand's being blown away, what is left behind is the structure of your stone. So we can come through and we can actually scoop this up off the earth. Okay? Just as if we had a rock. Now that you guys know how the rocks are made, I'm going to show you guys how the canyon was made. This canyon, guys, I told you was...
But this is made out of rock though? I'm confused. This is still soft, no?
Carved by water, flash floods that come from heavy rains. And so we're going to give an example of a flash flood.
Oh, over time pressure.
Waters, tons of pressure. Going to carve its way down into the rock. Just like this. Now keep in mind, it was not one.
कैनियन बना रहा है क्या ये? डोर पे कोई था?
Flood that carved this place out. It was thousands that took place over the course of thousands and maybe millions of years. We don't even know the exact age of this place. Okay? From the outside, you can't see much. All you see is this crack. But today on tour, you all witnessed. Sorry, I'll get some sand in your eyes. You've all witnessed that everything is best seen from the inside looking out. So when you look at the walls, you should be able to see all the wavy, curvy line structure. So there you guys go. Hopefully that puts the puzzle pieces together. Now you guys all know. The rain.
Inside the lines, let's go.
Fuck, I'm not in my pedals.
Oh, there's some shoulders. There's some shoulders. He's out. Okay, now the square is in half.
Oh, damn.
Oh, he's out.
Oh, out.
I'm sweating.
You can't let Paul win. If your front wheel or back wheel goes out.
Whoever sinks. Can you put 6 chips in the box? This is a famous puzzle of the 20th century called chips. It sounds simple, but the fact is that when you put in 5 chips, the last chip goes beyond the edge of the box. You can try to rearrange all your chips, but if you use the usual placement strategy, you'll end up with a chip that doesn't fit all the way into the box.
Yeah, you have to make like a V6.
All you have to do is place a chip horizontally first, then place a piece vertically on its left side. The third chip is placed above it. Now there is no room at the top of the box for chips. You can place the fourth piece on the side of the box, and by rotating it, it can be placed on top of the box. If we continue to place, there will
the puzzle is that there's an indentation at the top you can't see.
still be a piece that extends beyond the edge of the box. Is there any way to solve the puzzle? We need to move the chips from the bottom to the left. Then move the top 2 chips upwards. Now you'll have plenty of room for the last chip. Did you like this puzzle? Can you put...
That's kind of cool.
What I have here just looks like a bunch of generic metal chunks. However, what I think is cool is that this is actually pure calcium. I've always thought it was weird to think of calcium as a metal, but I mean, it is. It's also pretty
we have that in our
sensitive to air and
bones.
moisture,
Yeah,
which
when
is
there's some
why
shit
it's
happening,
safely
the
stored
price
and
goes down.
protected
What about it, though?
in this glass ampule. But anyway, now that the calcium is free, there's something I've been really wanting to try with it. So I collected a small amount of it, and now I just want to drop it into some water. It all started reacting almost immediately and turning into calcium hydroxide, which was making the water white.
A long time ago, just because you keep
On top of
buying
this,
them
though,
doesn't mean everyone else
it was
will.
also releasing flammable hydrogen gas, and I really like the little popping sounds.
What is it used for though? Tenth grade first chapter of Chem. Why do you remember that, bhai? Why do you remember that?
What? Fully just jumped out. Mine had pin as well. Okay.
Car park हो रहा है?
I don't know what's going on.
I had been requesting a few things with my suit. I wanted to be able to take my gloves off. I wanted to be able to go to the bathroom without taking the whole suit off.
Yeah, these are things that you learn
As you go.
Yes.
And they said, not possible. Toby and Andrew both had those things on their suits. I was at my 3rd film by this point. I had been requesting a few things with my suit.
If slightly by even a margin कि आपकी इस्त्री खराब है, ये खराब है, वो खराब है, तो they get a punishment. Literally डंडे खाए हैं क्योंकि सुबह उनकी जब ड्रिल होती थी, उनके यूनिफॉर्म प्रॉपर नहीं होते. तो जब हम वो ऐसी
okay.
और medals are fully off and everything, they're bound to feel hurt about it. If slightly by even a margin.
Have you ever seen Alex Pereira gently leg kick this lady?
Yes.
But wait for it. Watch when she shows what it looked like afterwards. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
How about that Asian guy that was swallowing those?
Like
This maniac.
But he's not hitting them
harder.
full blast, but he's hitting them pretty
It's moving
hard,
up,
man.
though.
That's crazy. That guy's an
No,
animal.
it's 26 leg kicks.
Have you ever seen?
So how hard?
How fast you can roll?
What time is it right now?
It's 12:20.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was IRL streaming, then some kid literally randomly came up to my security, was like, I know the prime minister. My security was like, nah. And I was like, no, hear him out. We got his number. Like 20 minutes later in my stream, we pull up to the prime minister thing. I met him. That's what I mean, how like stuff just be happening. That's why I love streaming. I was IRL streaming, then some kid literally.
Exothermic reaction as well as for. क्या भाई तुम लोग इतना पढ़ाकू क्यों हो बे?
There is a riddle that is so counterintuitive, it still seems wrong even if you know the answer.
वेरिटासियम ने कुछ अच्छा वीडियो नहीं निकाला इतने टाइम से. नहीं भाई, तन्मय का वीडियो भी देखा मैंने. Why did Mars helicopter disappear? Strange thing happen when you trust quantum mechanics. The Google interview question everyone gets wrong. Most useful thing AI has ever done. What the fuck if you just keep zooming in? Why super glue is perfect? देखने का मन कर रहा है वो most useful thing AI has ever done. Mars helicopter वाला. Hello. Hello. Trump nation security teams. What the fuck?
सिग्नल करके क्या था उसमें इनका बातचीत चलता था और अटैक्स एंड स्टफ जर्नलिस्ट को डाल दिया होगा खत्म बस okay. The VP is not it. Is not it. जानता हूँ JD Mans. Yeah, they're not it.
What if all of the world's biggest problems, from climate change to curing diseases to disposal of plastic waste, what if they all had the same solution? A solution so tiny it would be invisible. I'm inclined to believe this is possible thanks to a recent breakthrough that solved one of the biggest problems of the last century. How to determine the structure of a protein.
It's been described to me as equivalent to Fermat's last theorem, but for biology.
Over 6 decades, tens of thousands of biologists painstakingly worked out the structure of 150,000 proteins. Then, in just a few years, a team of around 15 determined the structure of 200 million. That's
Signal बोला ना उसने signal. Signal is like WhatsApp.
basically every protein known to exist in nature. So how did they do it? And why does this have the potential to solve problems way outside the realm of biology?
अच्छा लग रहा है bro.
A protein starts simply as a string of amino acids. Each amino acid has a carbon atom at the center.
Branch-chained amino acid.
On one side is an amine group, and on the other side is a carboxyl group. And the last thing it's bonded to could be one of 20 different side chains, and which one determines which of the 20
what kind of
different
changes?
amino
Yeah.
acids.
Leucine, proline, serine, glutamine, histidine, arginine, lysine, ये सब होता है whey protein में.
This molecule is. The amine group from one amino acid can react with the carboxyl group of another to form a peptide bond. So a series of amino acids can bond to form a string. And pushing and pulling between countless molecules, electrostatic forces, hydrogen bonds, solvent interactions can cause this string to coil up and fold onto itself. This ultimately determines the 3D structure of the protein. And this shape is the thing that really matters about the protein. It's built for a specific purpose, like how hemoglobin has the perfect binding site to carry around oxygen in your blood.
These are machines.
Yeah, they somehow added a journalist info lead, but shit they were talking about.
They need to be in their correct orientation in order to work together to move, for example, the proteins in your muscles. They change their shape a little bit in order to pull and contract.
But it would take people a long time to get the structure of just one protein.
Absolutely. So what should proteins look like? Was only started to answer really with experimental technique.
मीडिया स्टंट लगता है भाई, could be a media stunt.
पता नहीं भाई, इतना अमेरिका जैसे कंट्री का ऐसा डेटा लीक होने लग जाए. टीम्स चैट. This is how it looks, bro. It's white powder. Looks like cocaine. Works like cocaine.
The first way protein structure was determined was by creating a crystal out of that protein. This was then exposed to X-rays to get a diffraction pattern. And then scientists would work backwards to try to figure out what shape of molecules would create such a pattern. It took British biochemist John Kendrew 12 years to get the first protein structure. His target was an oxygen-storing protein called myoglobin, an important protein in our hearts. He first tried a horse heart, but this produced rather small crystals because it didn't have enough myoglobin. He knew diving mammals would have lots of myoglobin in their muscles since they're the best at conserving oxygen, so he obtained a huge chunk of whale meat from Peru. This finally gave Kendrew large enough crystals to create an X-ray diffraction image.
And when it came out, it looked really weird. People expected something kind of logical, mathematical, understandable, and it almost looked, I wouldn't say ugly, but intricate and complex, and kind of like if you see a rocket motor, right, and all the parts hanging off.
This structure, which has been called Turd of the Century, won Kendrew the 1962 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Over the next 2 decades, only around 100 more structures were resolved. Even today, protein crystallization remains a big challenge.
Frankly, you know, it is not uncommon that just a couple protein structures can be someone's entire PhD. Sometimes just one, sometimes even just progress toward one.
And it's expensive. X-ray crystallography can cost tens of thousands of dollars per protein. So scientists sought another way to work out protein structure. It only costs around $100 to find a protein sequence of amino acids. So if you could use this to figure out how the protein would fold, that would save a lot of time, effort, and money.
I kind of know how carbon behaves, and I know how a carbon sticks to a sulfur, and how that might, you know, stick next to a nitrogen. And if these ones are here, then I can imagine this one folding, making that bond there. So it seems like if you have some sense of basic molecular dynamics, you might be able to figure out how this protein is going to fold.
One of the few true predictions in biology was actually Linus Pauling looking at just the geometry of the building blocks of proteins and saying, actually, they should make helices and sheets.
What is that?
That's what we call secondary structure, the very local kind of twists and turns of the protein.
But beyond helices and sheets, biochemists could not figure out any reliable patterns that would lead to the final structure of all proteins. One reason for this is that evolution didn't design proteins from the ground up.
It's kind of like
हाँ
a
भाई,
programmer
hacker वाले game
that doesn't
भाई.
know what they're doing, and whenever it looked good, they just kept adding that kind of thing. And that's how you end up with these both amazing objects and incredibly complex and hard to describe. They don't have purpose underneath them in the same way as like a human-designed machine would.
To illustrate just how complicated this process can get, MIT biologist Cyrus Leventhal did a back-of-the-envelope calculation. And he showed that even a short protein chain with 35 amino acids can fold in an astronomical number of ways. So even if a computer checked the energy and stability of 30,000 configurations every nanosecond, it would take 200 times the age of the universe to find the correct structure. Refusing to give up, University of Maryland professor John Molt started a competition called CASP in 1994. The challenge was simple: to design a computer model that could take an amino acid sequence and output its structure. The modelers would not know the correct structure beforehand, but the output from each model would be compared to the experimentally determined structure. A perfect match would get a score of 100.
Hello.
Anything over
Hello.
90 was considered close enough that the structure was solved. CASP competitors gathered at an old wooden chapel-turned conference center in Monterey, California. And at any point where a prediction didn't make sense, they were encouraged to tap their feet as friendly banter. There was a lot of foot tapping. In the first year, teams could not achieve scores higher than 40. The early frontrunner was an algorithm called Rosetta, created by University of Washington biologist David Baker. One of his innovations was to boost computation by pooling together processing power from idle computers in homes, schools, and libraries that volunteered to install his software called Rosetta at Home.
As part of it, there was a screensaver that showed basically the course of the protein folding calculation,
And then we started getting people writing in saying that they were watching the screensaver and they thought they could do better than the computer.
So Baker had an idea. He created a video game.
The game, called Fold It, set up a protein chain capable of twisting and turning into different arrangements.
But now, instead of the computer making the moves, the game players, the humans, could make the moves.
Within 3 weeks, more than 50,000 gamers pooled their efforts to decipher an enzyme that plays a key role in HIV. X-ray crystallography showed their result was correct. The gamers even got credited as co-authors on the research paper. Now, one man who played Fold It was a former child chess prodigy named Demis Hassabis. Hassabis had recently started an AI company called DeepMind. Their AI algorithm AlphaGo made headlines for beating world champion Lee Sedol at the game of Go. One of AlphaGo's moves, Move 37, shook Sedol to his core. But Hassabis never forgot about his time as a Fold It gamer.
So, of course, I was fascinated this just from games design perspective. You know, wouldn't it be amazing if we could mimic the intuition of these gamers, who were only, by the way, of course, amateur biologists?
After returning from Korea, DeepMind researchers had a week-long hackathon where they tried to train AI to play Fold It. This was the beginning of Hassabis' long-standing goal of using AI to advance science. He initiated a new project called AlphaFold to solve the protein folding problem. Meanwhile, at CASP, the quality of prediction from the best performers
was very comfortable, bhai. Kya batao?
Plateaued. In fact, the performance went downhill after CASP 8. The predictions weren't good enough, even with
But I'm trying not to sit all for long hours.
structures in the protein databank to train on. DeepMind hoped to change this with AlphaFold. Its first iteration, AlphaFold 1, was a standard off-the-shelf deep neural network like the ones used for computer vision at that time. The researchers trained it on lots and lots of protein structures from the protein databank. As input, AlphaFold took the protein's amino acid sequence and an important set of clues given by evolution. Evolution is driven by mutations, changes in the genetic code, which in turn change the amino acids within a given protein sequence. But as species evolve, proteins need to retain the shape that allows them to perform their specific function.
For instance, hemoglobin looks
Are
the
we
same
playing?
in
Nah,
humans,
those.
cats, horses, and basically any mammal. Evolution says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So we can compare sequences of the same protein across different species in this evolutionary table. Where sequences are similar, it's likely they are important in the protein's structure and function. But even where the sequences are different, it's helpful to look at where mutations happen in pairs, because they can identify which amino acids are close to each other in the final structure. Say two amino acids, a positively charged lysine and a negatively charged glutamic acid, attract and hold each other in the folded protein. Now, if a mutation changes lysine to a negatively charged amino acid, it would repel glutamic acid and destabilize the whole protein. Therefore, another mutation must replace glutamic acid with a positively charged amino acid. This is known as co-evolution. These evolutionary tables were an important input for AlphaFold. As output, instead of directly producing a 3D structure, AlphaFold predicted a simpler 2D pair representation of that structure. The amino acid sequence is laid out horizontally and vertically. Whenever two amino acids are close to each other in the final structure, their corresponding row-column intersection is bright. Distant amino acid pairs are dim. In addition to distances, the pair representation can also hold information on how amino acid molecules are twisted within the structure. AlphaFold 1 fed the protein sequence and its evolutionary table into its deep neural network, which it had trained to predict the pair representation. Once it had this, a separate algorithm folded the amino acid string based on the distance and torsion constraints. And this was the final protein structure prediction.
With this framework, AlphaFold entered CASP 13, and it immediately turned heads.
It was the clear winner after many additions.
क्या? I am working condition top notch कल ठीक है दोस्त.
But it wasn't perfect. Its score of 70 was not enough to clear the CASP threshold of 90. DeepMind needed to get back to the drawing board to get better results, so Hassabis recruited John Jumper to lead AlphaFold.
AlphaFold 2 was really a system about designing our deep learning, the individual blocks to be good at learning about proteins, have the types of geometric, physical, evolutionary concepts that were needed, and put it into the middle of the network instead of a process around it. And that was a tremendous accuracy boost.
There were 3 key steps to get better results with AI. First, maximum compute power. Here, DeepMind was already better positioned than anybody in the world. It had access to the enormous computing power of Google, including their tensor processing units. Second, they needed a large and diverse data set.
Is data the biggest roadblock? And why?
I think it's too easy to say data is the roadblock, and we should be careful about it. AlphaFold 2 was trained on the exact same data with much, much better machine learning as AlphaFold 1. So everyone overestimates the data blockage because it gets less severe with better machine learning.
And that was the third key element, better AI algorithms. As the AlphaFold 2 team searched for better algorithms, they turned to the transformer, that's the T in ChatGPT, and it relies on a concept called attention. In the sentence, the animal didn't cross the street because it was too tired. Attention recognizes that it refers to animal and not street based on the word tired. Attention adds context to any kind of sequential information by breaking it down into chunks, converting these into numerical representations or embeddings, and making connections between them. In this case, the word is an animal. 3 Blue 1 Brown has a great series of videos specifically about transformers and attention. Large language models use attention to predict the most appropriate word to add to a sentence, but AlphaFold also has sequential information. Not sentences, but amino acid sequences. And to analyze them, the AlphaFold team built their own version of the transformer, called an evoformer. The evoformer contained 2 towers, evolutionary information in the biology tower and pair representations in the geometry tower. Gone was AlphaFold 1's deep neural network that started with one tower and predicted the other. Instead, AlphaFold 2's evoformer builds each tower separately. It starts with some initial guesses, evolutionary tables taken from known datasets as before, and the pair representations based on similar known proteins. And this time, there's a bridge connecting the 2 towers that conveys newly found biological and geometry clues back and forth. In the biology tower, attention applied on a column identifies amino acid sequences that have been conserved, while along a row, it finds amino acid mutations that have occurred together. Whenever the evoformer finds 2 closely linked amino acids in the evolutionary table, it means they are important to structure, and it sends this information to the geometry tower. Here, attention is applied to help calculate distances between amino acids.
There's also this thing called triangular attention that got introduced.
Hey, at this point मैं देख भी नहीं रहा हूँ.
Essentially about letting triplets attend to.
मेरे को समझेगा भी नहीं अभी. Fuck it. बाद में कभी देख लूँगा.
वही सोच रहा था करते रह तो.
आया बकचोदी चल रही है ग्रुप में. मार्वल ट्रेडर देखूँ भाई. अरे 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 अरे.
When I was a kid, I thought God had given me a special destiny. Like a mask and a purpose could save me.
Grey, red, golden, black. Okay. Textured red.
My mistake was thinking I was immune to the darkness.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature.
Tough guy, huh?
Not at all. It's time to embrace your true self.
Hi, I'm Charlie Cox.
I'm Vince.
Good trailer. I would watch it tomorrow. चलो भाई, we're gonna build Minecraft world after my entrances and shit. ठीक है दोस्त. एक भाई और एक बचावे एक तिलकार से.
This is the reason why riders often act strangely before a race. Many people assume they are using doping because of their suspicious behavior. However, this is actually an important ritual that racers perform to memorize the track conditions. They usually visualize the circuit while listening to recorded engine sounds, helping them stay focused and improve their performance during the race. This is the reason why riders often act strange.
Iron Man was the first movie, the first character to come out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, it was not.
Cap was the first character to ever be on screen. That is a flat-out lie. We could just ask the next schmuck who walks through, hey, sir, hi, is it Team Iron Man or Team Cap?
I really don't care, as long as I get a good cameo.
Iron Man.
Three, two, one, go!
अरे अरे अरे.
It's actually also an amazing cut point. You've also been on record about English food being better than American. I'm curious if you still hold that opinion.
All this is shit, bhai.
As far as American food, let's just talk about that.
I immediately think about barbecue, so hamburgers.
Okay, hamburger is German, from Hamburg. What else would you consider American food?
French fries.
French.
They're not French. You've also been on.
What do they have though? What does American have?
कुछ नहीं.
कुछ original नहीं है?
Briskets में क्या लगा? US country बच्ची है ना. अभी बहुत नई country है.
अरे 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 अरे.
Who is needed?
You need to put that down.
Who is needed?
बच गया भाई.
Boys, it is impossible. Who are you?
ये देखा तूने रे?
Boys, it is impossible for people to recognize us. This is how we sound in game right now.
Holy shit, that's on the pixel.
They won't be like, oh my god, is it you? I don't see
कैसे करना था भाई?
on this. Rush AI shot. Holy shit on this.
On the pixel.
Boys, who are you?
Alex.
From?
Sheffield.
From?
Arctic Monkeys.
From the Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Same animal.
I hope he did this on accident.
Do you want me to take a picture?
Thank you, man.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Oh.
Say cheese.
स्टोरी में डाल दिया. Okay. Wow.
Happy New Year.
That is smart.
Let me show you Elden Ring's accidentally.
Was that Benny Blanco?
Let me show you Elden Ring.
This is Disney's famous hollow tile. It's basically a treadmill, but in any direction.
Any direction.
Up close, you can see that the floor I'm walking on is made of rotating
weirdly
circular
look at it.
tiles like this. One gear on the bottom controls overall spin, and another on the
Yeah,
top controls the angle of the head.
So I'm standing on the surface that's created by the edge, and that edge might also be moving.
So as you're walking in one direction, the spin on the top edge of all
One
these
direction.
little discs
Direction mentioned.
You light up that one like no fire.
सबसे पहले गूगल पे जाओ एंड सर्च कर लो इंडियन मॉडल
मॉडल इन साड़ी, देन कोई भी इमेज को डाउनलोड कर लो। नाउ चैट जीपीटी ओपन कर लो और अपलोड कर दो सेम इमेज को एंड एक प्रॉम्प्ट लिख डालो। आपको प्रॉम्प्ट लिखना है गिव मी प्रॉम्प्ट टू जनरेट द सेम इमेज। अब हमारे पास एक प्रॉम्प्ट है, इसका हम यूज करेंगे अपनी एआई मॉडल को जनरेट करवाने में। ब्राउजर में जाके सर्च करो आइडियोग्राम एंड विजिट फर्स्ट लिंक। अब जो
डायरेक्ट डाउनलोड नहीं कर लो।
चैट जीपीटी से जनरेट करवाया है उसे यहाँ पे पेस्ट करो एंड सेलेक्ट 9:16। 9:16 मैंने यहाँ पे इसलिए चूज करी है क्योंकि जो मैं ऐड बनाने जा रहा हूँ वो रील्स फॉर्मेट में रहेगी, इसलिए आप अपने हिसाब से साइज एंड रेजोल्यूशन चूज कर सकते हो। नाउ क्लिक ऑन जनरेट एंड थोड़े टाइम बाद हमें 4 एआई इमेजेस मिलेंगी। इन इमेजेस में से मैं नंबर 2 चूज कर रहा हूँ एंड देन इजीली इसको मैं डाउनलोड कर लूंगा। गूगल से जो हमने इमेज डाउनलोड करी थी वो ये है और जो हमने एआई से जनरेट करी है वो ये है। ज्यादा डिफरेंस तो नहीं है, लेकिन
बहुत कुछ बदल दिया वैसे यार।
बहुत कुछ बदल दिया है।
इसको तो यूज नहीं कर
एथनिसिटी, क्लास, आइडिया सब बदल दिया भाई।
You see that microwave that hits the guy in the head? I've signed about 10 microwaves.
ओह क्रेजी है।
देखा मैंने। क्या हाल है भाई आयुष?
हेलो आयुष।
As a single 20-year-old.
In the movies, Thanos' motivation is he wants balance in the universe. So he wants to find the Infinity Stone so he can snap away half the people so it's more resources. That's a stupid thing. In the comics, from a little kid, he was a freak, like a mutant. He looked like that. People treated him like shit. His only friend was Mistress Death. She would visit him. Death was her realm. She was in charge of all dead shit. Something happened and she hates him, like he's banned from her realm. He's in love with her. He's trying to impress her by sending her more souls. So he wants the Infinity Gauntlet so he can snap her. The movie would have ended in a completely different way. He created a platform for her and a throne so she could watch when he snapped away the rest of the universe. And all of the Avengers and everybody showed up to fight this motherfucker. It was an epic battle. Every superhero in the universe is fighting just Thanos, trying to get that gauntlet off before he snaps. The robot used her last bit of willpower and snapped out of it for a second and snatched the glove off. The comic books went hard, man. In the movie...
Excuse me? Who's your favorite artist? Kendrick? $400. I'll play 3 Kendrick Lamar songs, get them all right. Give you $100. Okay. First song. Hey.
Luther, man. It's Luther.
Of course. Before we get in the second song, what's your name?
My name is Winfred.
What do you like about Kendrick Lamar's music?
It's very touching, it's real, and based off principles.
Would you say you're a real fan? 1 to 10?
7 or 8.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Ready for the second song?
Sure.
Love or lust?
It says love or lust, but I know this is love with Zachary.
Yup, 2 for 2.
Okay. I know the last one we get thrown.
This will be a hard one. Before we get into this final song, if Kendrick Lamar is watching, what would you say to him?
You're great, insanely inspiring, and I just hope to be able to go to one of your concerts.
If you get this, maybe I'll hook you up some tickets.
Yeah, insane.
$100, final song, let's go.
Okay.
You heard this?
Yeah, I should know this. Wait, is this from section 80?
Yeah.
It's gotta be rigor mortis.
Why? It's $100 on the line. What is your final answer?
I'm locking in rigor mortis.
Oh, man.
I'm getting a cool. Hello, JJ.
Hey, what's good? I can call you JJ, or is it K inside of me?
Why are you JJ? What's going on?
We're doing a stream right now, eating chicken, bro.
So you call another black guy black beauty.
Say hi to the stream.
Oh my God, man.
What? I call you JJ?
No, call me KSI. We're not at that level yet.
Bro, you did it. Come on, bro. We eating chicken.
I know. You called me.
You're missing out.
Honestly, this might be an unpopular opinion, but like the worst kind of juice is orange juice.
Oh no.
Hello?
And one drink would you like?
Yeah, can I have Zabebzi?
Pepsi. Would you want shawarma on the side, Habibi? Alhamdulillah. Habibi, come to Dubai.
Excited to go get brunch?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to go get brunch. I'm not really that hungry though, so I think I'm just gonna get a little snack.
A little snack? Oh, what are you going to get? A croissant and des macarons, you little French boy.
Hey, did you watch the movie that I asked you to?
Yes, oh my god, I did.
What'd you think of it?
I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh my god, bro, I really like it.
Oh my god, bro. Good shot, bhaiya. Oh my god. Why did you redeem it? Please don't scam me.
Come on, suggest
Why did you redeem it?
places. Don't be like that. I don't know, man. Maybe we could go to KFC or McDonald's.
The same weird.
Yeah?
same shorts आते हैं भाई तुमको भी.
When I immerse the scrub daddies in the hot and cold water, a complete transformation
भाई
occurs.
ये
Here,
butchered
under the 10
भैया
pounds,
is a recognized meme भाई.
it's soft and compressible. But here,
नहीं पता था मेरे को.
check that out. It's hard and firm. That's going to be for heavy-duty scrubbing application. We burned on tomato sauce onto a glass stovetop. I'm going to take the Zoosdayyy, and you're going to see it's just going to attack right into that burned-on mess. And remember, I'm just using water here. There's no chemicals at all, and it's going to cut right through that. Now, Zoosdayyy is not really smiling anymore, so I'm going to put him here in the warm water, and in just a couple seconds, voila. He's back to bright, fresh, and clean. When I immerse the Zoosdayyy in the hot and cold water, a complete transformation occurs. Here, under the 10 pounds, it's soft and compressible. But here, check.
We at Amazon Prime are
Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Again, such a
शॉर्ट देख के जाओगे रह जाओगे भाई तुम ना